Hello everyone, today we are going to learn how to make a seed starting tray from a leftover to-go container. So you're going to need one container with a lid or two leftover containers without the lids. You're also going to need a pitcher of water and a decent amount of clear plastic wrap. Hopefully you have some in your kitchen. You're also going to need a ruler, a marker, and something to help label your seeds with, especially if you have multiple types. And then of course you are going to need some seeds. You'll need a screwdriver for poking holes. You'll need a mister bottle to help spray your seeds down and get them moist. And then you will also be using a plastic knife later on to help divide the soil. And of course you're going to need some soil. So we're going to start with punching the holes in the bottom of our container. I would suggest 6 to 8 holes for a container about this size. Please be careful when you're doing this and watch where your hands are. So now that our holes are punched, we're going to set our container on top of its lid or into another to-go container to contain some of the mess. Then we are just going to start filling our container all the way to about 1/4 inch from the top. We are going to lightly level out the soil just to make sure we aren't compacting the soil. And then we are going to take our water and get our soil nice and wet. And while the water is soaking in, you can set this to the side and let it do its thing. So then you're going to take your seed packet and flip it over, and we are going to read the information that came with it. So ours says that our spinach seeds should be planted from late July through August, but since we are starting these inside, it's okay that it's only mid-July, and this will just give them a little bit of a head start on the season. On the other side, you'll see that they need to be planted at a 1/4 inch depth, and they need to be 6 inches apart when outside. Since we are planting these inside to start with, and once they are seedlings, we'll move them outside, we do not need to separate them 6 inches, so we are just going to take our plastic knife and make even-ish sections in our to-go container. My sections are about 2 inches by 2 inches, and I am just roughly eyeballing it with the ruler and my plastic knife to make the sections. So once those are made, you're going to take your ruler and measure for the seeding depth, and it was 1/4 inch on my spinach seeds, so I'm going to see where 1/4 inch is on my knife and eyeball it and make some divots in the soil where I will then place my seeds. Once that is done, you can go ahead and get out your seeds, and then I'm going to place 2 seeds per hole just in case there are any problems with germination, so this way we'll hopefully end up with a seedling in each pod of soil. Once this is done, you're going to put your spare seeds away and save them for later or share them with a friend. Then we are going to go back to our handy dandy bucket of soil and just sprinkle a little bit across the top of the holes we just filled with seeds. Then we are going to lightly tap everything down and redefine our seedling pods so they will be easy to transplant later on and give everything a good mist. Then you're going to take the label you created. I just used a mini popsicle stick and stick it right in the middle. And then you're going to take your clear plastic wrap and lay it over the popsicle stick and wrap it around the sides of the container. And this will function as your lid, and when it starts to look a little dry in there, you can go ahead and add a few more squirts of water. Now we're just going to set this in a nice warm and sunny windowsill and let these seeds get to germinating.